Welcome back to the Earliest Reviews. Today's review is focused on TNT Original Claws, Season 4, the first two episodes. This is my review on the first two episodes of Season 4, as I will be reviewing the first two episodes and giving out my predictions of what's going to happen with this season. Episode 1 is entitled Chapter 1, Betrayal, and the official synopsis of Chapter 1, Betrayal is: with the casino gone, Desna is prepared to return to her roots as a money laundering nail mogul, which proves to be more difficult than expected, propelling her and the crew further into a world of criminality. So the episode just starts off on like a future segment or possibly dream between a huge confrontation between Desna and Quiet Anne, as things seems to have gone way over and everything, and a huge gun battle ensues between the two. And then, long story short, Quiet Anne gets put on a t-shirt by Desna and falls into the water below. Some time later has passed since the ending of season 3, and the entire gang, except for Quiet Anne, has returned to the nail shop to start where it all begun once again. Jen decides to visit the Quiet Anne to see what is going on between her and Desna and everything else. And Quiet Anne reveals what she did to the casino, with her burning it down with Polly's ex-boyfriend and everything else. Desna receives a notice that her rent is about to increase to triple the amount. She tries to talk to somebody at the place of business where she got this note from, but she makes a pretty weird discovery that it's empty and nobody's there. Quiet Anne tries to get a job at a university, but due to her convictions and what she actually did for her crime, she is automatically denied the job, and she is pregnant, to say the least, as well. So then Desna tries to talk to Uncle Daddy about their agreement with her basically cleaning his money, and Uncle Daddy does not like what she is talking about. And then, long story short, it seems that their agreement between what they're doing ceased to exist. So then Desna decides the way that she is going to make some actual money to pay her bills and for everything else is by selling Oxycontin pills with the entire gang. And the entire gang at first is really not feeling it, but then sometime later they all agree to help out Desna to do this because it is some quick money, to say the least. That same night, Dr. Ken, Desna, and the gang try to steal some pills from Uncle Daddy's place and everything until they are automatically caught. The next day, Uncle Daddy goes to the nail shop to get his nails done, tries to talk Desna out of what she's trying to do, and it falls on deaf ears. That same night, the confrontation of a lifetime happens. Desna and Quiet Anne finally confront each other about everything that has happened, from the casino, from Quiet Anne's girlfriend getting killed and everything, their life. And after the conversation, it is clear, setting forth that their relationship is never going to be the same again, which basically puts the entire gang in a bad light, as they either have to choose between Desna or Quiet Anne. And after getting kicked out of the nail shop, Quiet Anne and Uncle Daddy talk and everything, and they have a weird agreement to work together. And once again, Quiet Anne becomes Snitch Anne by telling Uncle Daddy who stole the pills, Desna, of course. Episode 1 basically ends with just Uncle Daddy and Desna seeming as if like they are about to throw some hands together on some Mike Tyson time. Episode 2 is entitled Chapter 2, Vengeance, and the official synopsis of Episode 2 is: Desna's plan to sell Oxy to a higher class clientele is quickly sabotaged by Uncle Daddy and Quiet Anne, escalating the drug war. Episode 2 immediately begins where Episode 1 left off, with Desna and Uncle Daddy seeming as if like they are about to fight, but instead it turns to a huge confrontation, which results in the two officially now having beef with one another. Desna and Quiet Anne continue to berate each other all bad all around. And to vent his frustrations, Uncle Daddy decides to violate Desna's place of business by destroying some of her property and destroying some of her property in her apartment. Dr. Ken's place of office is also destroyed as well. He gets violated by angry customers about oxycodone pills and other things as well. It's just an ugly, ugly situation to say the least. Desna may potentially have a new relationship on the hands. Quiet Ann and Polly goes to the doctor to see how Quiet Ann is doing with her baby. And long story short, it seems as if like Quiet Ann may be on the rise of catching diabetes. Desna and Jan are able to make new customers when it comes to selling the oxycodone pills, as Desna has figured out a way as in how to like sell the pills and everything without getting noticed by anybody else. And everything seems to go good at first with the two selling these exclusive pills at like an exclusive event with many different people being involved, until Uncle Daddy and Quiet Ann decides to sabotage their business and basically make people believe that they're selling breath mints and everything else. It's all bad and everything else, to say the least. The gang now knows that Quiet Ann is an enemy. They don't know what to do. Polly ends her friendship with Quiet Ann. Virginia decides to hire someone new at the nail shop to fill in Ann's role of what she was doing. And Bryce gets back into the graces of Uncle Daddy by providing him with some very exclusive prescriptions, drugs, which could potentially throw Desna out of the drug business altogether. The episode basically ends with just Desna and her potentially new partner just talking and everything, and Bryce trying to force Jen to make a choice between him and Desna when it comes to working. Jen makes her choice. She's staying with Desna and basically threatens to punk Bryce if he ever does that again. Like I said, the first two episodes was cool in my opinion. Some of my predictions that I have for this season is that I think that somebody is probably going to die. I don't know who, but I just think that somebody is probably going to die in this season. I also think that a couple of people are going to go to prison in this season as well for some of the things that they have done. Maybe Desna, maybe Uncle Daddy, maybe the entire gang, of course. Well, who knows? Quiet Ann and her baby. I think there might be a chance that Quiet Ann might lose her baby, either by getting killed or she just loses it in a very tragic accident, to say the least. As for Roller, technically we haven't seen no picture, no video footage of Roller in this season, but hopefully he does make an appearance to prove his innocence, because technically last season he was set up by Toby, and I would definitely like to see Toby get killed off this season because of all the horrible things that he's done to everybody. Like, he needs to go. He needs to get put on a t-shirt, to say the least. But those are my predictions for season 4 so far. They'll change their course as the episodes progress forward. But as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, goodbye.